Konnichiwa! A good friend of mine has just sent me this. A mystery box of retro gaming goodness. Let's check it out. I was only recently commenting to a retro gaming friend of mine, Chronic Spartan, about how awesome it was that his friend had donated a load of retro gaming gear to his collection. And to be honest, I was just a little bit jealous because nothing like that ever happens to me. Well, no sooner had I thought that when the retro gaming god smiled down to me. And this retro gaming god's name is Alex. And he sent me this box of mystery retro stuff. Now he's given me a hint of what's inside, but not specifically. So we're going to open it up on the show and see what Alex has sent me. Right then, here we go. This is super exciting. I've never ever received any kind of retro gaming mystery box or surprise before. So this is super exciting. Just be careful, I don't know what packaging or what's underneath the sellotape here. Alright, we've got some air. Oh, this is looking interesting. Oh, a light phaser. Oh, look at this. A Sinclair light phaser. Oh, this is looking very promising. This is looking amazing. Look at that. It's a proper Buck Rogers gun, that. Awesome. Right, so we know it's Sinclair. What's we got in here? Oh my God. Sinclair power pack. Look at that thing, that is hefty. Wow. You mock the Xbox 360 power pack, but that one, that is hefty. What we got here? Oh, it looks like a couple of games. We've got Paperboy, Mastertron IC, Spectrum again. Hey. Oh, very cool. Oh, this is awesome. I used to have this exact same one, I think, for my Mega Drive as well. Look at that. That is freaking great. Brilliant. Alex, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Fantastic. Oh my God, a ZX Spectrum. This is fantastic. This is brilliant. I haven't got one of these in my collection at all. This is amazing. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I guess we're going to have to set this up, fire it up and play some Paperboy. This is unbelievable. Between 1982 and 1992, there were 8 models of the ZX Spectrum made. This is the Plus 2 and was the second to last model made of this second generation console. This console was also supposed to have a disk drive that plugged into the back here. But that add-on never came, and instead it was saved for the Plus 3, which had a built-in disk drive. Now this 128K here refers to how much memory this console actually has inside it. And this particular model of the ZX Spectrum was actually built by Amstrad. Now Amstrad bought the Sinclair name and the console in 1986. The ZX Spectrum and consoles like it, the Commodore 64 for example, helped to kick off the indie scene or bedroom coders scene here in the UK. And it breathed life back into the games console industry because you could develop your own games on these consoles. Now there used to be magazines that came out where you could copy down sheets and sheets of code into your console. And if you successfully transcribed the code that was in the magazine into your console, you could have a brand new game to play. Now this was a massive pain because it often take you hours, if not days, to complete inputting all of this data. And at the end of it, you could find that you've entered something incorrectly and you'd have to go through and start again. Even worse, the print in these magazines could be terrible sometimes, and it could be difficult to discern whether you were inputting a 0 or an O. If you had the money though, you'd buy your games on these audio cassette tapes. These tapes essentially held the data on them, and what they would do is they would play back an audio track which would sound like an old school modem. Your console would then interpret these as bytes of a program and execute your game. Playing games this way over audio tape meant that you had some huge loading times initially, between 5, even 10 minutes before you actually got into the game. In the US, floppy disk had largely been adopted, which was way superior, with blistering fast loading times. However, audio tapes were significantly cheaper, and so were largely adopted in the UK. It was amazing receiving that box from Alex. I had no idea that it was going to contain so much cool stuff in it and a console that I don't own in my collection. Whilst I've been filming this, I also jumped onto eBay and bought a load of games for the console, and I've downloaded an app. Because this console used audio tapes to get the data onto the console, you can actually play back audio through your mobile phone to the console, and you can do exactly the same thing. You can download and play your games via the mobile phone on your original console, which is super cool. Now if you love retro games, you love retro game consoles and physical games collections like this, then why not consider subscribing by clicking on my little pixel head below. And remember, if you never want to miss a retro gaming episode, then you can click on the little bell below. We have new shows every Monday, but if you can't wait until then, well, you can click on one of these 2 videos that we have over here.